Start, bench, loan, or sell. Today we're going to be doing FC Barcelona, a very interesting squad as there's a good mix of youngsters and veteranos. Let's see how we do. Welcome to the recap. First player is Balde. Start, bench, loan, or sell. Come on, there's only one answer for this. It's Balde. Balde is one of the top left backs in the world. We can say top three. As we've seen this previous season, Hansi Flick is the type of manager that can improve players and make them just a better version of themselves. If Balde can stay injury free, I think he's going to be up there battling it out for the best left back in the world. Balde, to me, starts. Next player, it's interesting because there has been a huge campaign against this player, which is nuts to me. Ter Stegen is a player that's been with the club for a long time. He's our captain. And there is a huge campaign right now to sign Garcia from Espanyol. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, there's a huge campaign to get him out. They're saying that he's done, that before his knee injury, he wasn't a great keeper. Now he's a worse keeper. That I disagree with that. Ter Stegen is still a great keeper. Yes, he's done a lot of errors. When Deck came in, he's also doing a lot of errors. He's a retired goalkeeper that has helped us out a lot. Garcia seems like he's a great keeper, but to play for Barcelona, it's different. Now, if you guys remember Ter Stegen, he didn't start right away. We had Claudio Bravo, and they would kind of bring him in a little by little because to play for Barcelona, to play for Madrid, or to play for a big team, it's not just being good. It's being good, having that mentality, and being able to take over on the pressure. Ter Stegen is still the #1 goalie. Next year, I can't wait for all those people that were doing the campaign, just like they did the campaign with Rafinha. Now that they're praising him, saying, yes, Rafinha this, Balón de Oro, Rafinha this. Why? Because he deserves it. I'm going to tell you now, Stegen's going to have that type of season. I'm going to see all you guys, especially on Barca Universe Twitter, gonna be, I'm so sorry, Ter Stegen, you were the best goalie ever. You guys have to ride with these players when they're down and when they're up. But to me, Ter Stegen's gonna be a starter. Another player that there's been rumors about that he might be leaving, I think he's gonna be staying a little bit longer, is Araujo. Araujo, the past years has been one of the best, if not the best defender in La Liga and in the world. At one point, they would put Araujo on the right-hand side because Vinny couldn't take him at all. But unfortunately, after his injury, he hasn't been the same. But the same thing with Balde, the same thing with Pedri, the same thing with, all the players in the squad. It seems like looking at these players playing at a higher level, being a better version of themselves, unless you're bringing in like $70 to $80 million for Araujo, which I don't know how many clubs can do that. I don't see who you can bring in that would replace a player like Araujo and be okay being the third defender or even fourth, because you also have Eric Garcia. You keep Araujo, you give him the opportunity, but you put him on the bench. Next one is Marc Casado. A lot of the culés are not gonna like my take on this. I like Marc Casado. Marc Casado is the typical non-star player that you need in a team. Every time he works super hard, he gives it 110 for the team. But unfortunately for Marc Casado, he has a player like Frenkie de Jong in front of him and also a player like Gavi. If those two guys can't play, you have a player like Eric Garcia. And you got Marc Bernal, Marc Bernal started last season being the starter until he got injured. Then you had Casado, and then Casado was a starter, but then Frenkie de Jong took over. Casado is a great player. He's just not Frenkie de Jong. Doesn't have the skills that Gavi has. And let's not compare him to Marc Bernal, because Marc Bernal is literally the regen of Sergio Busquets. And I'm not trying to hype him up. I want to give the kid some process. Casado needs to go on loan. You're going to have too many midfielders. And it's just not like, oh yeah, we have too many midfielders. No, you have too many quality midfielders to be able to get your minutes that you need, especially as a young developing player that he's still with. If you could loan him out to a Champions League side, even a Europa League side, that'd be great for him. So I would personally loan him. Christensen is the next player. He's very interesting. I like Christensen. He's a quiet guy that when he needs to play, he plays. When he doesn't need to play, he's helping out the team. He might be the guy that if you sell Araujo, it's okay because we have Christensen. Because if you sell Christensen, you're probably going to get 10 million, 12 million range. I think he does better staying in the club than leaving, because you're going to get $12 million. We're going to bring in for $12 million for free that can play like Christensen and take the role of when you have to play, you play, and then when you don't, you're okay with it. But when you play, he's very good. He's very good on the ball. He's a tall defender, strong defender. He's not the fastest, but he understands the Barcelona way. So I'd bench him. Pau Cubarsí is our next player. Guys, everybody's hating on Pau Cubarsí. I don't know why. Pau Cubarsí, not the Barca fans, but the Madrid fans and the other guys that have half a brain cell. Pau Cubarsí is a generational talent. He's 18. You have players like Dean Howson and Raúl Asensio, who it seems like he's going to be a bench player now at Madrid. But you have a player like Dean Howson, who's a really good signing for Real Madrid. But Pau Cubarsí is still 2 years younger than him, has been with La Selección, but Pau Cubarsí is just overall like an amazing footballer. He can pass the ball, he's good on the air, and he's 18. I would like to know how many players have debuted at the age of 17 at a large club, not just your average non-league or your bottom tier club at that age and make as few mistakes as he does, then over the years just improves. Imagine when this guy's 20 or 21, how amazing of a player he's going to be. Pau Cubarsí is a starter. It'll move him. He's a starter in Barcelona and started in the Spanish national team. The American Peruvian goalkeeper, Diego Cocha, it seems like he's not going to get the opportunity. If Tech stays, then you're going to have Ter Stegen, Tech, and if Peña goes, they'll probably bring in somebody else. They're trying to bring in Garcia, but loan him out, but Garcia doesn't really want that. So I don't think he's going to get that much of an opportunity. He's still young. Loan would be great, but I can see that if Barcelona gets it interesting, anywhere in the range of like $5 million to sell him, they'll probably sell him. I see him getting sold. The next one is Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati, the great Ansu Fati. I remember when Ansu Fati first came into the scene. Dude was magic. He was great. But unfortunately, injuries have stunted his growth. He doesn't need to say that he doesn't count on Ansu Fati. The actions show it. The limited game time that Ansu Fati gets, even at like the last game when everything was over, he didn't get a minute. It sounds like Monaco wants to take him. And if Monaco wants to take him and pay the full salary, I heard it's going to be a loan. Ansu Fati isn't a high salary. Be great. But I would personally cut ties with Ansu Fati and sell him. It'd be interesting to see if Monaco can actually bring Ansu Fati back to life. So let's say a loan, and if Ansu Fati can't progress and grow as a player in Monaco, maybe it's going to be a time to sell him maybe to the MLS. The next player, this guy, he is my favorite player of the current squad, Frankie de Jong. He's elegant, talented, his gameplay is elegant. And he's elegant too as a human being. He just brings a whole different dynamic to the midfield. Frankie de Jong and Pedri gel up, and next year I'm so excited to see how they're going to play. Frankie and Pedri are just going to be unstoppable in that midfield. Frankie de Jong can step it up even one more notch where he starts shooting, being a little bit more brave physically because he's still, working up on those injuries. Barca's midfield is just going to be stacked. It's going to be one heck of a midfield. Gerard Martin. Bro, I remember when everybody was talking smack about this guy. This guy doesn't belong in my club. Why is Martin here? He's an ugly player. Bro, you read everything on the internet. Gerard Martin, I love this guy. He's like a cazador. He's not the star player. He will never be a star player, but he works his butt off for the team. And that's what you need in big teams. Not everybody can be a star player. Just look at Madrid. What do they win? 0. But Gerard Martin proved when Balde was injured that he could step up. Yes, did he have some bad games? Of course. But what player doesn't have bad games? Gerard Martin, to me, obviously he's a bench player. You won't start him because you have Balde, but he's a crucial player. So yeah, you don't sell this boy. You keep Gerard Martin in the team. Another versatile player, we have Eric Garcia. It seemed like at the beginning of the season, Eric Garcia was going to go out alone again, or maybe be sold. It seemed like he wasn't going to get the opportunity. But Flick's magic, it's crazy. The way that he can transform these players. But Garcia sacrificed a lot by leaving Manchester City and coming to Barcelona. And then it didn't work out for him quite as we all thought. He went on loan to Girona. But he's back. Before I was like, we need a proper right back. Garcia does a pretty good job as a right back, as a center mid, as a center back. So to me, Garcia is a very crucial player, and I heard that Barcelona are thinking of renewing his contract. Let's get that signing right away. So for him, we're going to bench him. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy this type of video. If you do, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my list, my start, bench, loan, sell. And if you guys would do any changes, or put in the comments down below what do you think of my list, and I'll see you guys next video.